but no Merciless Massacre at the time. I have Merciless Massacre for next round, so make sure you check into my live streams for Grand Arena, because we're going to be having a lot of fun with that Merciless Massacre. He's also Gear 11 now, Mr. Big Ol' Vader. Hello there, one and all. It's me, your Star Wars dad. Do the liking, the subscribing. Today we're talking about your very first Grand Arena with the Hyperdrive bundle. Obviously, it takes you straight to level 85. You're going to be playing Grand Arena immediately. As soon as you're eligible, presents some challenges, presents some problems, presents some fun, and generally requires you to be very creative. As you can see, I'm in round 3. My first 2 rounds, I took a loss. I got a win. Man, that first round I actually thought was going to be a win, but it turned into a loss. Let's go back through and take a look here. At the very first round, my opponent had gone through and he had not finished ships. When I was playing my battles, he had not finished ships. He was trying to get through that first ship fleet and he couldn't get through it. I had 5 sitting there standing alone. I thought it would hold the ground. It didn't. He came in, he killed 5s. But I cleared the bottom here. Now let's take a look. I just want to take a look first what I'm fielding for defense, because I think this will be really important for everybody to really see. I'm putting my Kylo Ren First Order squad on defense. Kylo Ren is a character. Kylo Ren Unmasked is a character you get right away. He belongs on defense. Some of you may be leveling him up early, taking him to Gear 12, even Relic level, Gear 13. In order to search for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, this guy belongs on your defensive wall. He's a straight defensive player until you get later in the game, and then, you put him in with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, etc., etc. But get him on defense, get him as big as possible, get him on defense. I got my Phoenix on the first wall there. On the bottom, you can see that this guy failed against him. Phoenix can be a very effective early Grand Arena. Keep that in mind, early. Later on, they become, just a piece of poo. And then I got Night Sisters back there. Night Sisters can be really difficult for people to get through early on, especially if you get a Zeta on Mother Talzin, but I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. So we're gonna pivot from that. I just wanted to show you the defense. This was a close battle. This Bastila Shan team, that's another great idea for defense. Bastila Shan with Anakin and Ahsoka, what a great, she's going to give a bunch of extra protection to everybody. It's a 7-star Anakin, a 7-star Ahsoka, Gear 11. I couldn't get through that. I didn't have a team that was getting through that no matter what I did. Down here, what I did was I defeated a garbage Mace Windu team, and then in the back, probably another garbage team, right? Not a garbage team, well, a 5 team. You should really have Rex leading that team, but a clone team. So I was able to beat those 2 teams. Now let's jump into my current Grand Arena and actually take a look and see how that went. I want to show you some of the gameplay, some of the things that happened in that Grand Arena. I gotta move some things around here so I can see my screen. Okay, so you can see I faced off against Chikin. Both of these guys are Hyperdrive type of guys. You can see these characters here. He's got Hux there in his main. This guy is definitely going for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So let's take a look at the first battles, what he's got on defense. He really put out a garbage defense, and this is where I'm saying you've got to be creative, guys. You got to think about what your roster looks like, what you want to do. This guy decided to save all of his stuff for offense and put out some stuff on defense that'll be pretty easy to beat. So he's got a Jyn Erso team here. With Baze Malbus and Chirrut Imwe. That's not much. That's not much to fight. I'm pretty sure I went with a straight Vader team. Let's see what I did here. Did I go with Bounty Hunters? Okay, so I went with Bounty Hunters in this team. This is where you gotta get creative, guys. You're in a roster, being a Hyperdrive bundle early on, you're gonna be struggling for mods. You're not gonna have great mods on your team. You've got to really do some thinking. I've got Boba Fett leveled up to 6 stars at this point. I think I might have him 7 stars today, but he was 6 stars for this Grand Arena. You really have to kind of think about the counters you're going to make, what you're going to try to be doing, etc. Boba Fett's going to be a really good character early on. Cad Bane is serviceable. Greedo is kind of a turd, but early on, I throw him in there just to give some extra support to the bounty hunters. I probably could have done this with just Boba Fett and Cad Bane would be my guess. Although then you risk Boba Fett dying early. You need to keep Boba Fett alive. This is where you got to get creative. You got to learn the counters. If you're new to the game, you're really going to have to watch some content out there to see what counters what. You have to read through the abilities very carefully. Understand the abilities, the leadership abilities, what people are doing on defense, what their characters are going to accomplish, what's going to happen. Let's jump into the next battle here. You can see that I'm getting a bunch of achievements there, or quests for completing, because it's my very first round of Grand Arena. Here in the back, I'm going to be facing off with a Boba Fett team, so he put his Boba Fett on defense. Early on, I like Boba Fett better on offense, like I just used him. I just think you can be more flexible with him, and I don't think he serves great on defense early on. So that's just my take. And so here, what I'm looking at, so check out their characters. Here's an example for you guys. Look at what their characters do. Check their speeds against your speed. He had an extra 43 speed on his Boba Fett, got him to 178. Now what I'm thinking about here, I'm thinking, should I go with Moff Gideon? Because Moff Gideon, if he can get a turn, he can strip everybody's turn meter, but I think my Moff Gideon was actually slower than his Boba Fett, and then you run the risk of him getting ability blocked by Boba Fett. A lot of challenges there. Let's see what I eventually decided to go with against this Boba Fett team. I decided to go with my Palpatine, Gear 9, and my Tarkin, Gear 11, and I think that's it. I think I cut it off right there. Did I throw one off, Gideon? Let's see. The tension is building this tension. Okay, I put in TIE Fighter Pilot. I've been doing some leveling on TIE Fighter Pilot just to help my fleets out, because fleets are the most important thing early on to get your crystals. You can see here this team is just going to go boffo on the bounty hunters here. They're just going to wreck them. I didn't need the TIE Fighter Pilot. But you know, one of my big mottos for Grand Arena is, unless you've got a very specific score calculation where you know you need to go short on characters, make sure you win. You're better off having one extra character in there, because if you take that character out, you're going to get more banners, right? But you're better off putting him in and getting the job done rather than holding back and failing. And especially down here in this first bottom territory, get the job done, man. See what's behind it. This should be the first territory you attack every time. Bottom front, attack it every time first. That'll tell you what's behind it, and then you can plan out for the team at top front and bottom behind. Bottom behind, and see what's there. So kill that bottom front first and make sure you kill it. Here it gets the nicest, so I'm just going Vader and Gideon straight up. My Vader's just gonna, I don't even know if I need a Gideon here, but Vader's gonna go actually, I don't have Merciless Massacre, so I take it back. I do not have Merciless Massacre on this account yet, but notice what Gideon does. He takes away all the turn meter. I was getting a little bit nervous here, but I don't think they can do enough damage to kill Vader, actually. So then we just go with the basic here on Mother Talzin. I have my Vader, I think it was Gear 10 when I did this, but no Merciless Massacre at the time. I have Merciless Massacre for next round, so make sure you check into my live streams for Grand Arena, because we're going to be having a lot of fun with that Merciless Massacre. He's also Gear 11 now, Mr. Big Ol' Vader. Alright, so we did that. We got through there. Well, on our offense, we used a Bounty Hunter team, a Palpatine team, and a Vader team. And we go to the end here. Now, here's where you're counting banners. Let's pause here for a second. He has 829. I have 617. So that is 212. I need 212 points. Now, first, if I beat his fleet, I'll get 153 banners. See that the Conquer is worth 153 banners? So, what's 212 minus 153? Oh my goodness, about 60. It's, 59, right? 59. So I need to get, so 60 banners basically is a clean fleet win. If I get a clean fleet win, I'm going to win this. So let's take a look at what he's got back there when I go with. He's got his Akbar with the Phoenix and I think it's actually Wedge. And I'm going to load up my main fleet. This is not going to be difficult, but see, now I probably should have gone maxed out here. I should have put all the ships in just in case something funky happened, because I only needed the 60 banners. I was maybe doing some bad math at the time, or, you know, I need 60 banners to win, so I probably should have put in my Phantom and my Boba Fett and my Slave 1 there, but I didn't. I went light, and we went in with the fleet. Again, guys, you need to know the abilities, read through what they're going to do, watch some videos. There's plenty of, if you need to find a video on any unit or any team in Galaxy of Heroes, go to YouTube, go to Google, punch it in. You will find content on every, I promise you, there is a video content, a Reddit post, something on the Home 1, on how Home 1 works, on how Phantom and the Ghost work in Grand Arena, what you should counter them with. How does my Kylo Ren TIE Silencer work? How does the TIE Fighter work? You know, if you really need to learn the game and you don't know it yet, that was not well done, by the way. you know, get out there and look for the info, do the research, do the homework. You will find all the stuff you need to find to learn what's going to happen there if you're new to the game. If you're not new to the game, get in there and be creative with some of the stuff that you know is going to work. And just going back to if you're new, guys, don't get frustrated. You're going to make mistakes. Even if you read all the posts and watch all the videos, there's just going to be stuff you got to do in order to experience. You have to do it in order to understand what's going to happen and what works on defense, what works on offense, etc. So there you go. There is the first 2 parts of my very first Grand Arena with my SWGOH Hyper account, my Hyperdrive account. You got to get creative. You got to check around. You got to look at what's out there, read the abilities, understand what's going on, use your roster to its best. Put some stuff on defense that can actually cause him a little bit of heartache. If you look back, let me flip back over here. One more thing. If you look back at my fleet here, in this win review, I put a fleet back there that actually, if you look here, 0 out of 4 reinforcements on this fleet. That means he got all the reinforcements came in. That means it took him much more effort. You notice when I did fleet, I just killed the first 3. Was there 1 reinforcement? There might have been 1. I just slaughtered it. I slaughtered that fleet. He had to go through all my reinforcements to beat this Mace Windu fleet. Mace Windu is going to be really effective, early defense. Home 1 is not really super effective on defense, unless you happen to have Biston and Pathfinder, then it gets better. Anywho, there you go, guys. That's my very first Grand Arena. I'm getting through this thing. Hopefully this video helps you as you traverse into Grand Arena for the very first time. Start farming those mods, boys and girls. Mods are going to help you all the way through Galaxy Heroes. And of course, while you're doing that, always remember, SWGOH too good.